What's the deal, YouTube? It's your boy Next Gen 720, and I am back with another video. If you have not checked out my last video, the link will be down below. Also, if you're looking to get into YouTube, switch networks or partner your channel, Curse is the best network to be with by far. I promise you, they fight for their partners, and the link will be down below. Check them out. It's a great network to be with. Also, it's not even also. Let's get into today's video because some of you guys have been rocking out with me from my old channel. And I like to say thank you to the influx of new subscribers that I've gotten into this, to my channel here. I appreciate all the love and support. But a lot of you guys always ask me, Next Gen, why are you so hard on Sony and not as hard, equally as hard on Microsoft? What do you have against Sony? PlayStation by far is the better console. And I really do beg to differ. I've done a video like this in the past, but there's some new things that have come up to light, and maybe you can, hopefully, see the light. Sony, to me, they're not a very reliable company. Their customer service suck big time. And and again, to show you that I'm not a Sony hater, you see this right behind me, ladies and gentlemen? This is Sony's 2014 4K model television. I have one here and I have one in my living room, Touchscreen remote also, the remote is over there. I can't reach, so let you know that I'm not, how many of you guys call me a Sony hater? How many of you guys own one of these? The original joint, AT&T, 3G joint, before they got cheap and switched the screen up. How many of you Sony dudes out there consider that you own one of these, So again, shout out to my Graham Dukes too for keeping some of my possessions. And again, like I said, I like the Vita a lot. I like to play the fighters on them. I was in the hospital. I had my Vita. Well, actually, that one's my son. He kind of borrowed it, never brought it back. But I have like DOA and a couple fighters for it. Which I don't understand. Why would Sony, they want to promote the whole remote play. They should have put the Vita out with 2 triggers. It'd have been an exact replica of their DualShock controller. I don't know why they kind of depended on this thing and the touchscreen thing in the back. No, I don't touch for controls. It's horrible. I don't care what it is. iPad, cell phone. I can't get with touch. Give me a physical controller. But anyway, they're just not a very, very reliable company, My son called me today. He said, "Dad, is your PSN working? This PSN is up for you." And I haven't renewed my PSN since it ran out in November, December, because I don't care about those shitty indie games that they give me. And I just don't like the direction that Sony is taking with the PlayStation 4 in their brand. Look at the Vita. Great, hands held, great console. But they're supporting this with only indie games. Sony, I'm being honest with you. I think the problem with the Vita was, and it's a much better system than the 3DS, is just that they marketed it more towards adults. And it's the kids. It was I think it was, how much I paid for the thing? $350 when it came out. That's a lot. That's a steep price for a handheld, especially when it comes to parents and something $350. Damn, my kid may even lose this. That's why the 3DS struggled at first. It was very expensive. Once they brought the price down, it began to fly off the shelves. But the problem, and again, is that Sony marketed its Vita more or less towards adults. And being honest with you, there's more children that play handhelds than anything. It is what it is, back of the school bus, on a bus stop, most adults drive, when you get a chance to play a handheld when you're driving, it kind of defeats the purpose of rock when I'm playing a handheld in the house, it's when you go outdoors, and it is what it is, but I get back that to the minute. And like I said, Sony is they're killing support for the Vita. They're pulling the YouTube app from it. I think in March, they're no more that you can't, go on YouTube through the app anymore. They're killing maps. They're taking away, the near location thing. Some of the maps, the features in that. If you had a Vita, you can log on, see who's in you. That had a Vita close to you. Hey, you want to play? Like, I thought that shit was dope. But Sony is stopping support for that also. But again, like, I just don't like the lies that Sony, you know what I mean? Even look at this generation, you know what I mean, which they looked up, you know what I mean, through some bad PR through Microsoft. Because I'm being real, Sony is not deserving of this lead. What have they done to deserve this, you know what I mean? What great games, you know, Sony lucked up, you know, and I'm, bro, ladies and gentlemen, you're new to my channel, I've been saying this since day one. Jack Tripp, when he came out to me, not to me, but he came out with an interview, I think he was either was it Eurogamer, and said that Sony's going in a whole new direction with the PlayStation 4. And he said, his exact words, that they can sell 5,000 indies and be profitable. That right there threw up red flags, man, 5,000 indies and be profitable. Then I go and look at this article here, and they're boasting. Octodad, Deadliest Catch, sales hit up was 460,000 units, nets of revenue of $4.9 million in revenue for Sony. It was 500,000 of you weirdos went out and bought that dog shit ass game, Octodad, Deadliest Catch. Like, come on, man. Is that reason why we bought these next generation consoles? We got all this power under the hood and just to play Octodad? And it's not that I have anything against indies, you guys don't know, but I'm just saying the way that Sony is leaning more on indies and multiplats to sell their console disgusts me. Now, especially when you got Microsoft and Nintendo going out there busting their ass and delivering great exclusives that their, you know, fans may love. And Sony is just sitting back with this whole indie thing and depending on multiplats. Don't get me wrong, multiplats are very, very important. That's why Nintendo's in the position that they're in. I'm not saying that multiplats aren't important, but I want the cake and the icing. And Sony does not have this to keep up with Microsoft and with Sony, with Microsoft and with Nintendo when it comes to their exclusives. You know what I mean? The days of what made, again, Sony so great, and being honest with you, in the 5th, the 6th, and the 7th generation, well, not even so much the 7th, but the 5th and the 6th was because most third-party games, whether it was the Metal Gears, the Grand Theft Autos, and, you know, games, you know, Devil May Cry, all those games were made by third party, but they were exclusive at that time to the PlayStation brand. Now, all those games I just named now are now multi-plat games, but back then they were exclusive to the PlayStation, you know, console. And they did come to the original Xbox. It was 6 months down the road or a year down the road, you know what I mean? By the time, like, you know, when Microsoft got the, when the Xbox got the, I forgot the dual pack, but the Grand Theft Auto 3, I believe it was Grand Theft Auto Miami. What's what I'm talking about? That one. You know, the PlayStation was about to get San Andreas. You understand what I'm saying? So it was down the line, you know. So that's what gave the PlayStation the big lead, especially in North America back then. And then the original Xbox launched a year after the PlayStation. But I give Microsoft credit where credit's due. They did a lot of fighting with the PlayStation, with the Xbox 360. And like I said, and they finished in second last generation. If you didn't know, it outsold the PS3 globally, you know, mostly due to North America sales, of course. But, you know, it outsold it in North America by leaps and in the UK. And like I said, you know, the Microsoft had the big deal this holiday season where I think it was $100 to get a 360. You know, but anyway, this is not what this video is about. But why the disdain or why I, you know, lean more on Microsoft? Because they're dependable to me. I know that I'm going to get a great online experience. I know Xbox Live is second to none. And again, you want me to pay for PlayStation Plus, and it still feels like a free. It still feels and performs like a free service. You're charging me $50 for something that is free on my PlayStation Vita. It's the same network. You're charging me $50 for something to play, like on the second play on my PlayStation 3. It's the same network. The same thing. When Sony give you those global numbers for their PlayStation Plus, you know, their total number, that's including the Vita and the PS3. Why do I have to pay for it on the PlayStation 4? What makes it better on the PlayStation 4? What? Party chat? I have party chat on my Vita. And the only reason why the PlayStation 3 didn't do party chat because it didn't have enough RAM. You know what I mean? It didn't have enough RAM to have, you know, to do party chat and run the games. So that's the only reason. But I got party. You can't say, well, you playing. What got you? You paying for online, now because you got party chat. I got party chat on the Vita. So don't call me a Sony hater. I probably own more Sony products than most of you jokers that's going to hit the thumbs down on this video. It's the truth. You guys don't like to hear the truth. You know what I mean? The fact that, Microsoft is going out, and I said, man, it's crazy because of Don Matrick. It's calling a spade a spade. Microsoft developed a reputation in not being for the gamer. At launch of the Xbox One, Microsoft spent upwards of $1 billion on next-generation games and titles. That has since now damn near doubled. Look at what we had for 2015. Quantum Break, Scalebound, Fable Legends, Halo 5, Tomb Raider, Killer Instinct Season 3, Forza 6, State of Decay, Ori and the Blind Forest, Screen Ride. There's much more. You know what I mean? Battletoads. Banjo-Kazooie. You know what I mean? That's going to probably come out. But again, the Marcus Phoenix collection, heavily rumored. And what I get for Sony? Oh my God, I'm getting Uncharted. And I'm not a big Uncharted fan. But The Order, which is getting slammed to hell already, which I'm going to buy because I don't have anything to play play on my PlayStation 4. So I'm going to get The Order and most likely, be bored to death. I was playing The Last of Us, but if you guys are new to my channel, I had a fire in the front of my house, in the front part of my house, and I lost a lot of things that belonged there, but, a lot of my valuables, But that's neither here nor there. But, but they have anything to play. So I got The Order. Then you guys are coming out with Bloodborne the following month. I'm not into dungeon crawlers. You can keep Sneaky King. What else? Tropico 5. Like, stop it. And you ask yourself, is Sony really deserving to have this lead in this generation's console race? What have they done besides capitalize on some bad PR from Microsoft? The whole DRM thing, which we knew was coming to the PlayStation 4. I even said back then, no one listened. Before, the patents became public, if you listen to what Sony said, they said that we were in charge. And not to say that Microsoft would charge for you games either, because they didn't. Is that when you went to trade in your used game at GameStop, that developers it forced GameStop to give the developers back a percentage. No longer would Microsoft be able to have charged us, give us $14 for a game and turn around and sell it for $55 to the next. GameStop wouldn't have been able to do that anymore. So that whole deal thing was more for us than anybody and more for the developers. I'm just saying. The days of, of GameStop charging, undercutting EA, undercutting Activision, undercutting Ubisoft, undercutting all, Konami. They sell their product brand new for $60. And here it is, GameStop going to sell you the same product for $55. And the developers who gave their blood, sweat, and tears for that game that you love, that you enjoying, didn't get one dime of that. But back to Sony. A lot of you guys are new to my channel. I don't hate anything. I showed you a Vita. I showed you the PS. Like I said, I've owned every PlayStation console. But the direction that this company is going in now, like, come on, they're letting you know. When he said that they can sell 5,000 MDs and be profitable, they're looking to make a quick buck. The PlayStation 5 is not guaranteed to be a physical console. They said that in their interview. When I said that, check it out. I did a video on that. When I said that that Sony had stopped production or whatever, stopped, research into their PlayStation 5. I said, damn, they may be doing a cloud-based, console or whatever. And I said that you guys hated me. Boo, I'm a hater. And then when the Sony execs said they don't know if their next console is going to be physical or cloud-based. I'm just saying. It is what it is, man. All around, the Xbox is the best box. A better system, better exclusive, better online, better features. Well, and like I said, okay, sometimes some of the games ain't 1080p. All right. But I will say this. That the upscaler in the Xbox One, again, is second to none. The old band chip, second to none. You know what I mean? New dev kits are going out. So once this whole then what? So you say, what? So once you take this 1080p thing, especially with DirectX 12, even if you don't believe in it, it frees up system resources. Okay, resources on the GPU. So again, You know, it's not that far of a stretch from 900p to 1080p. It's not. So once you take away, then what? What makes the PlayStation better than the Xbox? I thought it was all about the games. 99.9% of the PlayStation's library last generation was sub-A prestige. All of their multiplats were 540p, 620p with upscale. We didn't talk about that then, right? But leave it to Sony. King Google Rocket said that all, PlayStation 3 games will be native 1080p, 120 frames per second. What did they say this generation? Get used to hearing 1080p, 60 frames a second, and Sony has not come out with one exclusive. One AAA exclusive that's 1080p, 60 frames a second. One exclusive, not a cross-gen game, not an indie, one exclusive built from the ground up that's 1080p, 60 frames per second, and Microsoft has a few of them. I'm just saying. But anyway, this is your boy NextGen 720. I hope that this video was not a rant. This video was very informative. The why I say the Xbox is the best box. I'm just saying, man, it's your boy. And before you call me a hater, I probably have more Sony products than you. Bang, bang.